So I decided to delay this video. Normally I post it at the beginning of the month. We actually moved towards the end of the month so I can produce and make this video on Father's Day. I understand it's one of my highest viewers videos, so I have to save it for all of my fathers out there. I just wanted to say happy Father's Day to every single one of you guys. To the fathers to be, I do have a little bit of advice for you. I'm a father of two. My eldest son is 7, my youngest son is 3, and my oldest son, he said something, I swear, it almost brings tears to my eyes when he says it. He's like, "Daddy, I want to be just like you." My response is always, first of all, you little F word, you can't be like me because you're a Fortnite player, but I always want my children to be better than me. I grew up without a father. And I know that there are some fathers-to-be that have a million questions because they didn't grow up with a father. Some sort of manly code or something they need to abide by or teach them. Look, as a father, telling another father that doesn't have a father, just be there for your child. That is the most important thing. There is no greater feeling in the world to hear your offspring say how much they admire you, want to be like you, and they'll emulate you. If you have a daughter, she'll probably look for a partner that is similar or has qualities like you. And if you have a son, he'll probably grow up just emulating you, trying to be another version of you. And it's just so amazing to see the process. Once again, I want to say happy Father's Day to all of the fathers out there and all of the fathers to be. And especially a mad shout out. Oh man, I almost forgot. My sister is having a baby as we are speaking right now. And she's having a beautiful little baby boy to add to the family. His name is Ramaya. If his name isn't Ramaya, we're going to fight because I get to name him, and under your certain restraints and confines, I choose that name. But I know what you guys are here for. You guys are not only celebrating that day, you guys are also looking for those cards that will skyrocket in price. Well, look no further, ladies and gentlemen. In this video, I'm going to be giving you guys some awesome cards that you guys should pick up before it is too late. I'm TheCaliEffect, and if you guys want to see more videos like this, they're going to destroy that subscribe button. But more importantly, go hit that notification bell because, well, we just too strong. Also want to give a special thanks to every single one of my Patreons. Without you guys, videos like this would not be possible. And also a mad shout out to our newest Patreons, Spencer Kalkbrenner, Timothy Bailey, and Zachary Mitchell Barsodi. Welcome to the clan. Make sure you add yourself to that Discord as well as message me so I can get you to the dogs and you can take advantage of all your rewards. Without further ado, I present to you the cards that you should buy before they skyrocket. Okay, ladies and gentlemen, so before we get into this video, I just want to say, we're at that time of Yu-Gi-Oh! Where we get a ton of reprints. Battles of Legends Hero Revenge is almost unpredictable what will be reprinted. I mean, you would think hero cards, but you can't necessarily be 100% sure about the other cards. The 2019 Mega 10s will probably reprint everything from every single set, barring Dark Neostorm and the new set that we are getting in July. With that in mind, I've comprised a small list of cards that you guys should pick up that more than likely won't be reprinted or are just too good to give up on. Now, you know we gotta start off with the cover card. I be cooking sauce and it goes so hard, Taking my advice, you'll probably get so far. And the prices skyrocket on my mark. The first card we are going to be talking to you guys about is Elector, Sovereign of Birds. Now, this card has not seen any competitive play since its inception, and it came out in a really awkward way. The Yu-Gi-Oh! Armanga promo is the only ultra rare, but fret not, ladies and gentlemen. It also has a rare and common versions for the people that can't get this card before it skyrockets in price. I don't think that the card is well, actually it is very useful right now, but I think once we get more Winged Beast support, the card will become even better. Elector, Sovereign of Birds is a level 6 Winged Beast wind monster with 2400 attack and 2000 defense. Its effect reads, if your opponent controls 2 or more face-up monsters with the same attribute, you can special summon this card from your hand. It also has another effect that once per turn you can select 1 face-up card on the field. It is negated during that turn. The only drawback to this card is that you can only control 1 Elector Sovereign of Birds on your side of the field. Now this card has only gotten more and more powerful the more archetypes have been introduced. Decks like Solomon Great, Danger, Thunder Dragon, Chaos, and of course your Orcust all normally play mono archetypes, so summoning this card to your side of the field has been easy. And then it has an effect that can negate any face-up card on the field. Cards like Thunder Dragon Colossus really have to watch out for it. But I think the best value about that card is not only does that negation lingers, if you link off with this card, you can summon another to your side of the field, negate another card, and then link off with it. Currently, the ultra rares, let's not talk about them. The lowest near mint, it's only 1 copy for $17. I told my Patreons about it and they just so happened to jump the gun. But fret not, ladies and gentlemen, I don't think that people will be valuing at that. You can probably scrape some around from, another alternative site or from people who might not just value it that much. But it's a really good card. In the future, I can see it seeing some competitive play. So we're not going to be doing any type of wraps for the second card, but CARBONEDDON is pretty good. It's a level 3 Earth Dinosaur monster, 800 attack, 600 defense, and its effect reads, when it battles a fire monster, it gains 1,000 attack. Watch out, Solomon Great Sunlight Wolf, if it battles you, it can crash. But that's not the reason why we play it. You can banish this card from your graveyard to special summon a level 7 or lower dragon monster from your hand or deck. The only drawback is the monster has to be normal. Now, CARBONEDDON plays really nice with cards like Fossil Dig, meaning it's searchable, and your Soul Eating monster, which can dump it to the graveyard or add it to your hand in a pinch. I think that dragons are becoming more and more powerful, and every single generic dragon card revolves around playing normal dragon monsters. It seems to be the archetype's theme, and CARBONEDDON is sitting at an all-time low of $2. Well, not necessarily an all-time low, but a pretty cheap price for a card that's as old as dirt. You guys should already know my motto by now. It's better to have and not need than to need and not have. If CARBONEDDON doesn't get a single reprint, this card can be as high as $10 a pop, depending on what dragons decide to do. I love hyping dragon decks because they only get better with time. And I also just so happen to have a very saucy Chaos Blue Eyes deck profile that I ain't sharing with y'all just yet, but I really do think that this card does have some potential. Players have already keeping an eye on it because it does have a great effect. Ghost Sister and Spooky Dogwood came onto the scene as a $40 secret rare in the Dark Neostorm set. We just received the unlimited print inside of the Dark Neostorm Special Edition, and it's probably not going to get lower than $20. This is where I feel players should be taking advantage and buying Ghost Sisters and Spooky Dogwoods just in case it becomes a really good card, because on the surface, it's a really good card. Every time your opponent normal summons or special summons a monster, you gain that monster's attack. That's kind of good to prevent you from being OTK'd. If you didn't so happen to gain any life points, your life points are halved. Now, I'm not saying that Yu-Gi-Oh cards tend to come out to break bad parts of cards' effects, but they do. The fact that Ghost Sister and Spooky Dogwood has a weird halving could actually come in handy against certain strategies that may come out in the future, maybe require you to have half your life points. Ghost Sister and Spooky Dogwood is a safe investment in my opinion because it's a hand trap, and somewhere down the line, all of the Ghost Girls have been very viable inside of a format. If Ghost Sister makes the list, then immediately you have to take a look at GNOMATERIAL. GNOMATERIAL is at $33 right now. I kind of feel sorry for the people that pre-ordered this card because even I said it's not a great card. By discarding this card and you control no monsters, you can target a monster your opponent controls and they basically can't use it for anything. This card is amazing if you happen to open it because it can shut down your opponent and possibly even win you the game. The problem with it is that you have to control no cards, so that's a pretty huge problem. The reason why I'm saying people should have at least a playset of this card is because somewhere down the line, it might be good. It just so happens to fit the hand trap category. Now, this is the hand trap I am the biggest skeptic of, so I do want to put a buyer's beware on it. Nonetheless, I do think that GNOMATERIAL again will be a relevant hand trap, or at least jump up in price somewhere down the line for you to justify picking them up now. Totally Awesome's first print was in 2016, and it later received a reprint in the Megatins of 2017. Fast forward 2 years later, we're in 2019, and while Totally Awesome hasn't seen any competitive relevancy, looking at the card, we don't see a reason for it to be reprinted in Battles of Legends Hero Revenge or the 2019 Megatins. That means that if water decks ever do get their stuff together, Ghost Sister and Spooky Dogwood can be recurable by this card, and it can negate the activation of an opponent's card effect, so you can snatch it to your side of the field. I think Totally Awesome is a very safe investment sitting at $10, and provided it becomes competitive again, which, I mean, it's a pretty great effect, it can be as high as $25 to $30 for the secret first ed versions of the Invasion and Vengeance set. The fact that both the Megatins and the Invasion Vengeance are at the exact same price just puts me off a little bit. I definitely pick up your Totally Awesomes because, let's face it, everyone loves the TCG version of its name. It's a totally awesome card. The next card has sauce dripped all over it. This card, I feel, is probably the best card in the Dark Neostorm set. Ib World Chalice Justiciar requires a tuner and a non-tuner, but if you just so happen to play World Chalice monsters, then you can use one of the normal monsters as a tuner. The reason why I'm saying this is because a card that definitely deserves to go up in price in DRACONNET can special summon that World Chalice monster from your deck or hand to your side of the field for free, making this card even freer. The reason why DRACONNET deserves to go up in price, on a little side note, is because it only has 2 prints, one being a star pack, it's already $5, and the other one being from a starter deck that nobody wanted to buy. I mean, seriously, nobody wanted to buy. The only reason why I even have 3 copies is because I wanted to win the match. I don't know what I was thinking. Regardless, Ib World Chalice Justiciar, even without the DRACONNET, is still really good. Upon its summon, it allows you to add a World Legacy card from your deck to your hand. World Legacy Secession immediately comes to mind, but there are so many other World Legacy cards that are really good. And then when it's sent to the graveyard, it can special summon World Legacy monsters from your deck to your side of the field. Ib is the entire package. The fact that it's a tuner, and it can special summon other monsters from your deck to your side of the field when you summon it, can be really powerful in a lot of great decks. Oh yeah, so before we stop talking about Ib, I just want to say it's only $7 too. Like, that is a ridiculously cheap price. The last card on this list is another secret rare from the Dark Neostorm set. It's holding a steady price of around $12 to $13, but I think it's really good. Mech Knight Crusadia Avramax requires 2 monsters special from the extra deck to use, or at least 2 monsters, meaning that it's a great mind control type card. You can snatch one of your opponent's Link 3 monsters, summon a Link 1 monster, and there you have it, a free Crusadia Mech Knight Avramax. But that's not its full value. The fact that the card can't be targeted, gets rid of all special summon monsters, he can just battle them and get rid of them, and then when your opponent does get rid of them, he can get rid of a card on your opponent's field. I mean, $13 is a pretty cheap price. I'd probably wait till it hits that 7-ish range and scoop them up, because it's a really good card for certain decks that need another boss monster that a lot of strategies just can't deal with. Thank you guys so much for watching another segment of the TheCaliEffect. I really hope you guys enjoyed this video. If you did, go ahead and give it a like, and if you really did, consider joining our Patreon. We have a lot of awesome rewards. Please like, comment, subscribe, but most of all, enjoy. I hope you guys are having a great day like I am.